hockey night in North America. I don't know if you know that. Our Stanley Cup runneth over. We have a lot of big sports happening this week on ABC, including Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Earlier tonight, it was Canada versus America, assuming you consider Florida to be part of America. But the Panthers lead the series, and while there's no question that Canada has us beat when it comes to loving hockey, there you go. You will be, I will say, I think you will agree even, that you'll be hard-pressed to find a fan more enthusiastic than this young Panthers supporter.
You're here supporting the Panthers. What does this mean to you?
This is a monumental moment in my life. I have been here since day one of my birth, 2011, and I just can't wait to see my team happily host the Cup. Wow! Let's go!
Is 5-hour energy drink making juice boxes now? What's going on there? How does that happen to a child? They might want to start checking IDs for Mountain Dew because this kind of behavior appears to be a Panther pandemic.
What went through your mind when Warren Fogle took that penalty?
It's tough calls for the referees. It's tough one.
You finally got a lead in this series. What did it take?
Pardon?
What did it take to get your first goal in the series?
Just obviously, odd-man rush. We're able to obviously get it capitalized, and we know they're aggressive and they're going to step down, and we just have to make sure that we can put the Bucks behind them.
It is, you know what? It's a good reminder that every Florida man starts out as a Florida boy. Here's something to look up for. According to NASA, at some point between now and September, they're not exactly sure when, we will witness a once-in-a-lifetime celestial event, a cosmic explosion known as a nova, which will be visible to the naked eye. We'll be able to look up and see it without a telescope or anything. It is a quick flash of light that looks like Saturn popped a huge zit or something. But I guess it's a big deal, I guess, to it. The last time two stars collided this violently, it was Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And what happened to that, by the way? Meanwhile, the former Supreme Commander of the Space Force, the Bigley Dipper, was in Washington today. Donald Trump had a meeting he called a meeting with all the House Republicans on Capitol Hill. It was his first visit to the Hill since January 6th. They always return to the scene of the crime. Some Republicans who were in the room described the meeting as a gripe-filled airing of legal and personal grievances. That sounds right. Yeah. They sang happy birthday to Trump. He turned 78 tomorrow. And while there were no cameras in the room, reportedly Trump covered a lot of ground. One of the things he's upset about, and he talked about at this meeting, is Taylor Swift supporting Joe Biden. He said, why would she endorse this dope? And they were like, I don't know. Why did we endorse this dope? Trump had a lot to say, though. And this one took the cake. This is a quote from a reporter named Jake Sherman. Trump said at this meeting, Nancy Pelosi's daughter is a wacko. Her daughter told me if things were different, Nancy and I would be perfect together. There's an age difference, though. Oh, right, Nancy's 6 years older than Trump, so that's out of the question. But so then one of Nancy Pelosi's daughters posted, speaking for all four Pelosi daughters, this is a lie. His deceitful, deranged obsession with our mother is yet another reason Donald Trump is unwell, unhinged, and unfit to step foot anywhere near her or the White House. Oh, all right, okay. Well, you know what? I get it, but you don't have to go crazy. Just swipe left on the guy, right? The meeting itself, according to sources, took place at an undisclosed location, which means any of the 5 McDonald's within a 10-minute radius of the Hill. Trump also met with the Republican senators. Trump and Mitch McConnell, the Senate minority leader, haven't been in the same room since just after the insurrection, about which McConnell said this.
There's no question, none, that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day.
So that led to Trump insulting McConnell's wife, Elaine Chao. He wrote, "Does Coco Chao have anything to do with Joe Biden's classified documents being sent and stored in Chinatown?" Which is insane. So yesterday, they asked Mitch McConnell if he'll support Trump for president and would he be attending the meeting tomorrow. And his response, I thought, was obvious.
I support him. He's earned the nomination by the voters all across the country. And, of course, I'll be at the meeting tomorrow.
Oh, what a spineless little Mitch you are. I mean, it's really something. They're holding the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, and this morning Trump said Milwaukee is a horrible city, which is, the good news is he might not have to go to Milwaukee. His campaign is making plans for the possibility that he might be in jail or in home confinement then. For real, RNC Chairman Michael Whatley said, "Synthesizing technological innovation and artistic vision, our dynamic stage design will be at the center of a historic Republican National Convention," which is a fancy way of saying we got a big TV so the president and his ankle bracelet can zoom in from the toilet at Mar-a-Lago. Trump, if you think of it from a historical perspective, Donald Trump became the first person to accept his party's nomination while separated by a glass partition. The one guy who was not at Trump's meeting on the Hill today was former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Kev is out of a job and is desperate for attention, so he's out telling swimming stories about Joe Biden.
There was one time we were sitting there, and he's taking us on a tour. Then all of a sudden he goes, "Do you want to go out to the pool?" What? Yes, and then Jill's on the other side of the table with me. She goes, "No, they don't want to go out." He goes, "You don't want to go out?" Then he opens the door, and it's wintertime, and he walks us down to the swimming pool into the changing room. What? Yes, and then we walk back up, and he's created this little room outside the Oval Office to be a little office for him. Now, President Trump had it as a gift shop.
Right. That's normal. Of course Trump had a gift shop there. How else could he sell MAGA crap to Kanye when he showed up to visit? I mean, of all the things we've learned about Trump's presidency, the fact that he had a gift shop outside the Oval Office may be the least surprising of all. Have you seen the Bibles he's selling? This is video of Trump congratulating his partner on this deal, country singer Lee Greenwood, the God Bless the USA guy, on how much money they're making from it.
We made more money from one song than anybody in the history of music, okay? And he's doing pretty well with the Bible, too.
Good for you guys. Squeeze as much cash out of the Word of God as you can. Now, this is the Bible they're selling. There's a pastor named Tim Wildsmith who runs a YouTube channel. He reviews Bibles. He's got more than 800 Bible review videos. And before we get to Tim's thoughts on this, let's see a bit of the commercial they're running to sell this Bible.
The God Bless the USA large print leather-bound King James Bible.
The large print leather-bound King James Bible. I wonder what Pastor Tim says.
This is not genuine leather. This is a synthetic leather. Look at that. You can even see like a crease in it. Like this one kind of got bent a little bit. This doesn't even look like leather. Honestly, it feels pretty fake and cheap to me.
A genuine leather Bible that is not made of leather. Instead, it is fake and cheap, just like the president who is selling it to us. Now, where do you figure a God Bless the USA Bible would be made? The USA, right?
That is a little bit suspicious to me that they're not telling us where these Bibles were printed, which makes me think that it's definitely not in the United States, because I think they would proudly put that in here if it was, and that it's likely somewhere in Asia, particularly probably someplace like China.
Oh, that's perfect. What a surprise. Donald Trump is selling a not leather Bible, a God Bless the USA Bible that is not made in the USA.
Let's be honest. This is a really cheap Bible that did not cost them very much money to make, and they're selling it for not cheap Bible prices, which means they're making a ton of money off of this Bible. To me, this feels more like a money grab than anything else, and I kind of just wish it didn't exist.
We have a pastor saying he wishes the Bible didn't exist because of Donald Trump. That's an accomplishment. It really is. Meanwhile, Trump, after years now of only doing interviews with Fox and all these other right-wing bootlicker news channels, is finally sitting down with a real journalist.
So you started together
on YouTube.
And did you branch out? Each have your own thing?
Well, eventually, because I went to college
Jake was still in high school. He ended up dropping out. I finished my first year.
It's an amazing 2 stories, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Who makes more money?
It depends on the year. It depends if Jake has fights.
and it depends on when this sells right here.
Yeah. I think.
Is that your new drink? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
If you make it, I like it.
That's Pulitzer Prize winner Logan Paul and the former president plugging in energy drink. It sounds like a joke, but that is the circle of hell we live in now. The NBA season is almost done. Did you watch that game last night?
Yes.
Yeah, the Boston Celtics are now up 3-0 on the Dallas Mavericks. 154 teams have gone down 0-3. Only 4 have pushed it to a Game 7. None of those teams have won that Game 7, but the Mavericks have a plan. They're going to do is they're going to claim they won and have their fans storm the NBA offices to hang Mike Pence. That's the process, right? Isn't that how we decide things out? Most of the NBA players are out on vacation now, but one of them is an Isaiah Hartenstein. His New York Knicks were knocked out of the semifinals by the Pacers. He made a big name for himself this postseason, and now it is paying off with a lucrative commercial endorsement deal for a local business right here in L.A.
Hello, I'm NBA center Isaiah Hartenstein. I grew up in Germany, but when it comes to eating food, it's all Greek to me. At Papa Christos. Enjoy authentic old world cuisines at Los Angeles' favorite Greek market and restaurant. Here's the owner, Papa Christo himself.
You are very big.
I'm big because I eat your food. Like moose cake.
Moussaka.
Baby Gandhi.
Baba Ganoush.
And of course, Spanky Pee-Pee. And their selection of olive oils is a slam dunk.
You're gonna pay for that.
Papa Christo's dining room seats over 100 people. And if you need to use the bathroom, the code is 6851.
Restrooms are for customers only. The flavor is big.
The prices are small.
Wow, we made My Fox LA's hot list in 2007?
Papa Christos is over 1,200 5-star Yelp reviews, including Anjali P., who writes their gyro is high recommend.
I made a special gyro for you.
Wow.
Hop on.
So next time you want delicious Greek food, come to Papa Christos.
We only come here because my son-in-law is Greek.
Their food is so easy to choose.
Papa Christos, located at 2771 West Pico Boulevard, right next to Best Big Bargain. Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
I'm Peter the Fool who eats anywhere else.